so frustrating when they deny things that they know they did. Bernice Morgan is still denying that she sent anything to my therapist and my doctors, or that my therapist would ever print anything out. She says they would never have shown you anything. Even if we did contact them, they couldn't talk to you about it because it would be a violation of HIPAA. It would be against the law. We can say whatever we want to your doctor and your therapist without you ever finding out, because that's how it works. But no, that is not how it works. You contacted my therapist. You contacted my doctor. And the general director of the mental health facility there stepped in to say something. Because the people that were working for her to help the mentally ill in California were receiving harassment. And it was intense. Yes, they confronted me with a printout of that email. Sierra Knight. Do you recognize that name? Because that's the name that the email used. Sierra Knight emailed my therapist and my doctor to have me forced into a mental health institution against my will. And because they confronted me and spoke to me about the email instead of just locking me up, she's mad. They can't show you that. What do you mean they showed you that? They can't show you that. They can't do that. Yes, they can, bitch. Yes, they fucking can. Here's the thing. Emails are not private. Once you send an email, the recipient of that email can do whatever they want with that email. And she's saying it's a violation of HIPAA for them to discuss your problems with anybody else. Okay? They're not discussing it with anybody else. They were discussing it with me. They didn't contact you back and discuss with you what my problems were. They printed out the email you sent to them and discussed with me what was in it. That's perfectly within their rights. It's not breaking HIPAA to show an email that they received about me. You are not covered under HIPAA. You, little random bitch in Australia who wants to threaten doctors and threaten people, why would you be covered under HIPAA? Why would you think you were protected to threaten my therapist and then be covered under HIPAA? Well, you can't tell the police. It's HIPAA. I said it to a doctor. I said it to a therapist. You can say whatever you want to these people and not get in trouble because of HIPAA. No. Your therapist can literally report you to the police if you commit a crime and confess it to her. Do not believe that anything you say to a therapist or a doctor is completely private forever because of HIPAA. Because if you commit a crime, you can totally go to jail. As a matter of fact, when the trial for Kenneth McBride came up, I came in one day to see my therapist and I was informed that the police had come. They had a court order for my files. Do you think that's a violation of HIPAA? They took my medical files. Medical files! Oh, well. Guess it's not. Guess it's not a violation. You sent that email. Bernice. You sent that email, Sierra. You sent that email. And you're mad that they showed it to me. You should be more upset with yourself for sending it. No, I don't have a copy of it to show you now. Because I cleaned out my entire apartment. I threw away everything. I gave away that fucking shovel. I wanted to get everything out of here. I wanted to get all the memories away from me. So I don't have the physical copy of the printout again, but I could get it. Sure I could get it. I could go back up to Gateways today. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do that. Okay. Bernice wants to see that so bad. I will ride up to my mental health hospital, and I will have a talk with the director, and I will ask her if she can print it out for me again. And I shouldn't have to do that because I already showed it. The day it happened, I made a video showing the email. But because Bernice Morgan wants to keep denying it, I'm gonna have to go through extra steps to go get another copy of it to show it again, just so she can deny it again next year and demand to see a copy of it again. She does this. She contacted my therapist, and then she'll lie and say, I didn't do that. I contacted this person about your therapist. She goes back and forth between whether she contacted anybody or not. She goes back and forth between bragging that she did this and completely denying and demanding proof. And as soon as I show her the proof, she's going to laugh and start bragging that yes, she did do that. After days of intense harassment, demanding I prove that she did this just so she can then go on with her intense harassment that, yes, she did this and she thinks it's funny. I can get that printout. It won't change anything because I already showed it. I haven't lied. They really did this shit. They really did this shit. They really sent me death threats. They really sent me rape threats. They really contacted my therapist and my doctor. They really did this shit. Like, I cannot overemphasize the reality of the shit they did.